President Trump promising to crack down on domestic terrorism following the assassination of Charlie Kirk and a shooting at an ICE facility in Dallas. Now, the president signed an executive order directing agencies to target those who he claims are funding violent protest, and all of it comes days after Trump designated Antifa as a domestic terrorist organization. The president blaming the uptick in violence on the, quote, radical left.
It's going to get worse, and ultimately it's going to go back on them. I mean, bad things happen when they play these games. And I'll give you a little clue. The right is a lot tougher than the left. But the right's not doing this. They're not doing it, and they better not get them energized, because it won't be good for the left. And I don't want to see that happen either. I'm the president of all the people.
Here with us now is NewsNation national security contributor Tracy Walder, also a former CIA officer and FBI special agent. Thrilled to have you on the show for your perspective, Tracy. Thank you very much for joining us, because it has been quite a week. So let's start with just how these types of executive orders affect how the FBI and other agencies investigate threats, because now there are so many very high-profile ones. How do you see that part of this?
Well, thank you so much for having me, Laura. It's great to be here. You know, what it's going to do essentially is take agents, FBI agents, off of, not completely off of, but a lot of them off of the squads that they're already on, and move them to investigating those areas. It's almost like it is telling them where they want to focus their investigations. So we've done this plenty of times before in the wake of September 11th. We also do that as developments come about in terms of espionage here in the United States and other kinds of terrorist attacks. So it's not necessarily unusual to do something like this. It's just going to redirect agents to these issues.
All right. I also have been following you on all of your social platforms, and I think it's been so interesting to watch you go to the scene of what happened in Dallas. And I appreciate your perspective of being boots on the ground to kind of walk us through what happened there. And I wanted you to share your thoughts on what you observed at this ICE facility, because there's no better person to talk to than somebody that has your resume. So I'm just wondering if you could walk us through that, what you made of it.
Sure, absolutely. You know, when I first actually got to the scene, I actually drive by it every day and didn't think much about it. But the first thing I felt, given the threats, particularly here in Texas, that we're seeing against a lot of these facilities, it did not have a very broad perimeter. I was very surprised. The perimeter went essentially up to the door, if that makes any sense. That part surprised me. Also, there's a completely vacant parking lot behind this building, and it became very, very clear to me once I saw it that this individual was targeting the people inside of the building itself and sort of spraying bullets everywhere. And it is incredibly unfortunate that, you know, a detainee was killed as a result of this. And also, one of the things that came to my mind was it seemed, in a way, a bit of a copycat from what happened with Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, because that has been brought up a lot, and there's no way to predict what's going to happen. Hopefully there is intel going into any chatter that might be out there. But following these two high-profile attacks, many people are concerned that we're going to see copycats in the coming weeks. And then you go back to the United Healthcare CEO, where he was assassinated on the street, and there was writing on the bullet casings, and we're seeing that time and time again. How can that be stopped?
You are so right. You know, we cannot predict, obviously, what is going to happen, but we can start to draw similarities so then that we can adjust our security and adjust our intelligence collection to hopefully help stop it. And so when we see something, you know, in the wake of what happened just a few weeks ago with Charlie Kirk, an individual then putting themselves on top of a building and then writing on the bullets in the same way, in my opinion, it becomes easy to draw that conclusion. Also, you know, the FBI did state that he had been Googling the events of the assassination. And so the thing I worry about the most is sometimes we're very reactive in terms of the security we have. Now I suspect roofs will become more secure and perimeters will go out as a result, but that's reactionary. One of the things we really need to do is start making more headway on gaining access to the channels that they're in on these social media platforms. It's really, really hard to do, but we really have to put a lot of our resources to trying to crack that and be more proactive.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.